there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to TGIF Talks, episode 113. Ooh. I'm joined by my co-host, Anonymous Phil.
Is that me?
Yes.
Oh.
Alright, let's roll the intro. Click. Alrighty. So.
Yeah.
What have you been up to? Well, first of all, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and Happy Kwanzaa to everybody. It's the holidays. The day that this will be the 20th. It will be the 23rd when this goes up.
Oh.
So, Christmas weekend.
And for those of you who don't know, it is currently November 18th.
November 18th?
This is made a month prior.
Oh, okay. You know what? I will predict the future then. Ooh, ignore that says December in the background. I will predict the future. There will be a large fusion. What?
Eclipse.
What? No!
Oh.
No. Don't
I guess the eclipse had just happened a week ago. Or 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Was that the 7th or the 8th?
I don't remember there being an eclipse in... Oh, yes, there was. That's right. I stayed up. I took the day off, and then and then it was cloudy. Yes, I remember now. No. I mean, I remember now. I mean, what? No, it just happened. I must be having memory issues. Gee. Thanksgiving has yet to happen. But I predict in mid-December there will be a large advancement in fusion.
Mid-December?
Mid-December.
I'm thinking more early December. Like the 6th.
Okay, technically the experiment was done on the 5th. Will be done on the 5th, but the announcement will be, around the 15th. The Ides of December.
I think you're wrong.
I don't care. It's just, oh my god. It's actually December. Merry Chrysler to everybody.
Chrysler?
Do you know that reference?
No.
Oh my god, I gotta show you this video. It's an old Vine. They talk about it at work all the time, this time of year.
They watch Vines at work?
Just this one.
But I don't have it pulled up yet. Alright, now I do.
Okay.
Happy.
Alright. We'll show it for everybody here. Let me share my screen. Okay. Alright.
Happy Christmas. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Chrysler.
And that's the whole video.
What?
There you go. Oh man, Merry Chrysler, everybody. So I guess we should probably discuss. So we had been talking, and I've been wanting to put this on the podcast for a while now, but then there was a big Fusion announcement, and I do want to talk about Fusion again, but I don't know if I want to. Maybe we'll do it closer to the end. But so there was a big announce. So the weather this week, it's gonna be hell. So today alone, today was the worst. So I wake up, I'm wiping crud from my eyes because I was having eye issues last night, And it looked like a normal day outside, just dark. Whatever was being illuminated by the street lamps didn't look anything out of the ordinary. I turned on my grow lamp and went and took a shower. I went, ate breakfast, did all that, and I'm getting ready to walk out the door, and I'm like, hey, Google, what's the temperature outside? And she's like, oh, it's this. And I'm like, oh. And then she's like, it's snow showers. So I'm like, excuse me? Snow showers? So I look outside, and there was snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And I was
it actually started snowing around 6:40.
Yeah.
I know because I was on the road driving when it started.
You and my boss. And I was like...
I was halfway to work. And all of a sudden, it started like... It was almost like rain, but then it was like quickly turned into snow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no. Because it accumulated, actually, for once. Our first accumulation, even though it's basically gone now.
Yeah, it's basically gone.
Thank you, Nebraska.
But it did kind of accumulate.
It did accumulate, though, and so the streets were an absolute disaster. See, here's the thing. I don't think...
Because I had no issues.
Oh, yeah. No. See, it took me 45 minutes to get to work.
Oh, really? Because there was, like, no traffic on the road when I went to work. It was a breeze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, I left at my normal time because I didn't know it snowed. I didn't know there was supposed to be snow. The infrastructure in Lincoln came to a screeching halt because, well, none of the roads had been cleaned and none of the roads had been prepped. No one knew it was going to snow. So... that was 45 minutes of what, and my gas gauge doing this, it was under a quarter tank, and it was going between E and quarter tank, and my check gauge light came on, and I had to be in full-wheel drive, because otherwise I would have been sliding all over the place. I was terrified the entire time that I was going to run out of gas. So then, during my lunch...
You got gas now?
Well, so yeah, during my lunch, I went and got gas, because I knew I had to go to an ATM tonight. And so I was like, I don't have time to go to a gas station and ATM. So, which, funny enough, was at a gas station.
ATMs are open 24/7.
I know, but it's just more convenient to do it today. So anyways, so I was like, well, I'll go to the gas station. And I got gas for $2.95. About damn time I paid under $3 for it.
Nice.
Yes. About damn time. Although, somebody showed me a map, and literally everywhere in Nebraska is... even cheaper than that, like $270. But Lincoln is in the 290s, 3-somethings. Because
I paid $2.99 like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But it's just Lincoln. Why? I don't know. But it's just Lincoln that we have this atrociously god-awful expensive gas. Well, the rest of the state, they're paying cheap. So anyways, so the weather this week's going to be trash, which will come up into what we're talking about for Friday. Anyways, so tomorrow, by comparison, is the nicest day this week. There's no precipitation in the forecast. It's just going to be cold, like in the 20s, which is acceptable, I guess, at this point. And then Wednesday, starting that afternoon, there's supposed to be 3 to 5 inches of snow. What
do you say?
Wednesday.
Okay.
With blistering cold winds. And then Thursday, it'll snow in the morning. It'll continue to snow in the morning. And then by that evening, or that afternoon, it will be... the high of that day is -6. The low is -10. I made the joke that that's a 4-degree difference for the entire day. I mean, not including wind chill. But that's the most consistent the temperature has ever been in Nebraska. I can remember that I can remember. A 4-degree difference from the morning to that evening. That's pretty impressive for Nebraska, I will have to say. But it's gonna be cold because this is -10 and -6. Youch.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday, well, it's slightly warmer. and we'll just be continuously colder. And then it gets warmer. And then next week, it'll be 47. Next Thursday, 47. So all that snow will be gone. Oh, man, that's great. Actually, I don't know if we get 5 inches of snow. I don't know if a week of 40s is enough to melt it.
Yeah.
Not without the sun.
I do know one day of 60 will melt it.
Oh, yes. Yes, we all... Yes.
2019, we had one day where it was like 60, maybe 70 degrees. All of it melted. Just gone.
Yeah, that was like a foot of snow, and it was just gone. Reduced to atoms.
Yeah. It broke a dam.
It broke a lot of things. It broke a lot of mooies.
It did break a lot of movies.
Rip the mooies.
A lot of... They are unfixable.
Well, yeah, especially when they're dead, so...
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. So, yeah, it was a rough day. Rough. It's gonna be a rough week, kids. So... Yay. Can't wait to drive to work in that. Luckily, we have Friday off. Now, we were planning to do something Friday. I think it's just a house marathon now because, well...
No, we're planning to do something Thursday night.
Possibly. Depends on the weather.
Mm-hmm.
About Thursday or Friday night. Otherwise, it's going to be house.
House.
Do we finish the boys
House.
first, then crank out house?
We probably should, to be honest.
Yeah, get it done. That way we're ready for season 4 next year. Or 2 years from now, whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
But, no. So, that's what's in the news for Nebraska this week. Just crappy weather. Oh, man. Winter isn't even here yet, and I'm already sick of it. That's what my manager said today.
Winter isn't even here, and I'm already sick of it.
Yep. Oh, she's like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of winter. I'm like, ma'am, it doesn't even start till the 21st. She's like, you understand my problem now. And I'm like, yeah. I told everybody, I'm like, I'm fine with it being like negative 40 as long as there's no snow. And everybody looked at me like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I hate snow. I don't want to drive in it.
Negative 40?
I don't care
how. That's kind of extreme.
Well,
I think I'd rather have 5 inches of snow on the ground before negative 40.
No. At least in negative 40, I can just drive. It doesn't matter.
No, because at least 5 inches of snow, I have an excuse not to go into work.
I don't get
40,
that. See, I work with customers.
40, it's like, well, shit. If the car can start, I kind of should go to work.
Well, that's your problem. But in customer service, I have to go regardless. Because, there'll be some old lady with 5 inches of snow on the ground. She'll be like, I need to make my deposit for today. Like, no, stay home.
Yeah, why can't you just stay home and call in?
I can't.
Why?
Because I'm one of the only people with a four-wheel drive vehicle, so I have to go to work.
What happens if you just don't show up?
I get fired, probably.
Will I really fire you for one day?
More than likely. Because the manager would be like, you have four-wheel drive. You're picking me up for work.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was told, and I quote, you'll be the one picking everybody up. And I'm like, great.
Great.
That's what happens when you have four-wheel drive.
Yeah, so I'm lucky.
But I would not trade it for the world. Four-wheel drive is amazing. I had to use it this morning to get to work. And the minute I turned it on, it was like the ice disappeared. I mean, it was still there.
So would you trade it for Escape? Was it the Escape you're thinking of?
It was all-wheel drive.
No, but let's say it was two-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive.
I wouldn't buy it.
Would you trade it then or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't get it, period.
It has to be 4-wheel drive. That's number one.
Yes. There's a reason when I was I could have gotten my when I was like wanting to order, if I order a Ranger, I could get a Ranger or a Maverick for a lot more than likely to be a Maverick. I could get a Maverick for way cheaper if I didn't get 4-wheel drive. I could get the hybrid. But I want 4-wheel drive, so I couldn't have the hybrid, which was unfortunate. But it's like I would much rather have at least all-wheel drive than 2-wheel drive permanently.
I have 2-wheel drive permanently. I haven't had a problem.
You have front-wheel drive too.
Yeah?
I don't have such luxury.
What?
I don't have such luxury.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know why two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive is not the default if you have 2-wheel drive.
Torque.
What?
Torque.
Torque?
Torque. And it's also a new thing. And where?
More torque with rear-wheel drive?
You get more torque with rear-wheel drive, yes. More power.
Then how come... Yeah, but more power isn't always good because you'll be slipping and sliding on the ice.
Vehicles that have rear-wheel drive are designed for power. Period.
Oh.
That's why
you
they
just can't haul stuff.
Huh?
You just can't haul stuff.
Yeah, but like people that buy these vehicles buy it because they want to haul stuff.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
It also wears nicer on tires. Front wheel.
It's better to push the car than pull the car?
Yes, no. I mean, if your engine was in the back, you would. I don't know what they. I don't remember. I don't know how old-fashioned super.
The car. It's better to push the car than pull the car. You're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking. I don't know.
Yes, for power, but like I don't remember. I see. That's the thing, right? That's in a configuration in which the engine's in the front. But I don't know in old sports cars where the engines were in the back if that that changes what they did, because having the power underneath the engine is a new thing from what I understand. Because most vehicles before like the 90s, even then, before like the 2000s, were all rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And now, actually, most of them that aren't cars are all-wheel drive. And then electric cars, it doesn't freaking matter because they're perfectly balanced. So.
Oh.
That's the nice.
It doesn't matter?
Not an electric car.
So an electric car on ice, it's not going to fishtail or whatever if it's rear-wheel drive?
Theoretically not. Because it's perfectly balanced.
Yeah, but as soon as the driver steps in, it's not.
Well, that's negligible.
I'm asking, I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I've been told that Teslas work really well on ice. I would personally never buy a Tesla that wasn't at least 3-wheel drive. But
at least 3, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you can drive a Tesla if it only has 2 wheels.
Never mind. Anyways, what
the hell? What the hell is there between 3-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive?
Actually, four-wheel drive isn't even actual real. Four-wheel drive isn't a real thing. Four-wheel drive, from what I think I understand, isn't even actually all 4 wheels, because if all 4 wheels moved, it causes issues. So actually, only one of the wheels has power. In all-wheel drive vehicles, all 4 tires can have power, but only 3 will have power at the most at one time.
What?
something with if you have power and all 4 tires at the same time, it causes issues. I thought I heard that somewhere, but I don't know.
I'm skeptical.
I'm skeptical too, but I don't. But I thought I heard if you have all 4 tires powered at the same time, it causes issues. I think probably with timing.
Taking out the grain of salt.
All-wheel drive vehicles, however, they can literally. I mean, my vehicle can decide which tire to apply power to. In two-wheel drive mode, it can decide which of the one tires to put power to first. It spins it. If it spins, it goes to the other one. If that gets traction, then it goes. That's traction control. Most modern vehicles let you toggle that, but this, or at least their traction control might be a bit more advanced, and so you're able to toggle it on and off. This thing's just like, this is just the way it is.
Oh, it's called a posi, I think.
I don't know. I don't know anything about vehicles. I'm not a vehicle expert.
Four-wheel drive doesn't have that. Basically, because I think how it works, like, the way to get yourself unstuck, you need to offset which side you want to have the wheel that's spinning, not spin, and the wheel that can spin, I think. So you don't dig yourself deep as you're trying to dig yourself out. And it's called a posi, and I think you can mimic it in a four-wheel drive vehicle by putting your foot lightly on the brake and then on the gas.
This is a Will question. He'd be able to educate us much better on this.
I know because my dad had me do it one time. Yeah, I got stuck going up the driveway. In my little Focus, you know.
Yeah.
And he said, "Do this," and I did it, and it worked. I'm like, "Oh, how about that?"
Yes, our parents' driveways are dangerous.
So let me put it this way, right? I was going up the driveway. I was pedal to the metal. I could not push the tire down any further. The red limit goes all the way up. It was not redlining, but it was high. Apparently the tires were moving at about 100 miles an hour. But yet the car, net movement up the hill was about 20.
Oh, man.
And then I backed off, and then I slowly kept applying more and then taking it off. Because basically what's happening is, you gotta have as much momentum as possible, right?
Right.
So, I got up to about, you can't really make that turn onto the driveway much more than 20 miles an hour. Even 20 miles an hour. And because the road's slick. And so, if you slide off that rock, you're done for. You'll hit a soft spot and you're done.
Yeah. You want to
talk
talk about?
The other thing is, you almost need to drive kind of like half on the rock, half not, because the rock also gets slick. Because it melts right there from the tires, and then it refreezes as ice. And then basically, I had as soon as I make the turn, I'm going straight. I was pedaled to the metal, to get as much speed as I can while it's still flat before the grade increases. And then as soon as the grade increases, I start to let off a little because I have as much speed as I can have, and then I just kind of feather it, giving it a little more, a little less, but then eventually you reach a point where it's as much speed as you gave it in the beginning. That's as much as you're going to have. And the only way to fix it is to either go all the way back down and retry, or to learn a new trick which is what my dad was saying about how feathering or whatever with the brake and the gas. It got well. But that's only if you're unstuck. If you're on the ice, that's a different story.
If you're on the ice, don't hit the brakes. It's a terrible idea.
But I mean, what?
Don't hit the brakes if you're on the ice. It's a terrible idea.
Well, you'll slip and slide. Yeah, I know. But I mean, if you're not moving and you're on the ice.
Oh, well.
Like if you're going uphill.
Get out and push.
You're already out. Sir, here's the problem, right?
Well, you forgot to mention the uphill part.
A 2,000-pound car on ice.
You did.
Well,
you neglected the.
My driveway's uphill, sir.
You neglected the uphill part.
My driveway's uphill.
That's your problem.
If I put the car in neutral,
Be a man.
well, I can push it upwards. The car's not going upwards from me pushing. The car's actually going downward.
Be a man.
I'm going to be underneath the car, trying to pull it to a halt.
Fine. Don't push. Pull. Be a man.
No. Yeah, no.
Be a man. Damn it. Oh man. But
Basically, you try again. That happens.
Well.
And each time, you just got to take that turn. You just got to get a little bit faster. And, yeah. Speed is everything.
My coworker. You want to talk about somebody who has a hard time? My coworker drives a BMW. Yeah. Let's all make fun of the guy who works at a bank that drives a BMW. Anyways, he's a part-timer, right? And,
yeah.
well, it's a BMW. It's got some power. Yeah. It's a V8.
Nice.
But it's a rear-wheel drive.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So he found out today that V8s and rear-wheel drives in a car do not mix on ice.
Oh, why not?
He did a 720 almost.
Oh, shit. What?
Yeah.
A 720.
Yeah. Almost.
2 times around.
Yep.
2 times around.
No, that's twice, genius.
What?
720 is
2 times around.
You said 3 at once.
360 is 1 turn. 720 is 2. I said 2 times around.
Oh, I thought I heard 3 at one point.
What? 2 times around.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's trying to find a truck to use for the winter.
Holy moly.
Yeah, and today...
How the hell did you have that much speed to do 2?
It's a V8 in a BMW. Just tap the gas. There's so much power that you just...
Really?
Yeah, it's a light...
I get that that's a lot of power, but I figured, if you've been driving it as your daily driver, you'd know how much or how little of a tap you need.
Well, he just got it back in October.
Oh, never mind.
He's never driven on ice before.
Oh,
with it.
Well, never mind.
Yeah. Oh,
wait, a BMW was his first car?
No, well, his first car he's ever bought with his own money.
Why? Any specific reason why BMW? Or?
He has an expensive taste. He likes expensive.
He has expensive taste.
Mm-hmm. He likes.
What kind of BMW?
It's an old one. I don't know. It's in the 2000. It's like a 2006 something. I don't know the model.
Does it have a sporty look to it?
Yeah. Not really.
Not really.
I mean, truth be told, most cars in the 2000s, unless they're a supercar, they're not very unique. Nothing really stands out.
I just figured something with the V8. You know, you have the power, you have the speed. You know, do they do something at all with the body frame to have it give it an aerodynamic, sporty look taste? No, maybe
I
not. I
guess
don't
I've
know.
never really looked at it. He leaves and he comes and leaves when I'm still there, so I
No.
I haven't really got
He
given
has
it.
expensive taste. I get it.
Yeah,
I hear ya.
I have
As much
just
as we all would like to drive a Lamborghini or Tesla or what have you, you know. Honestly, I'm not really much for those cars, but
I'm not an expensive taste person. I like bells and whistles and features to a point.
hmm.
Basically, I just want full wheel drive, and cruise control. I don't care about the rest. Those are my creature comforts. That's all I require. And damn it, it costs so much more just to get those. And I have to sacrifice uh having a hybrid.
No, I think if I had to get a car, like any car, I don't know. I really like the Chevelles,
What is a Chevelle?
like one from like the '70s. Type it in.
I'm
Type in like
going.
1977 Corvette Chevelle.
That's just shovel.
Well, no, it's not a shovel.
Oh. No, okay. Oh wow. Wait, which one? Hold on.
You know, there's lots of them.
Corvette. Chevrolet
A
Corvette.
Corvette. Corvettes are a very sporty light car.
But you want the Chevelle?
Yeah. I don't know. I just like it.
I don't know what it's supposed to. Is it a boxy type car?
Yeah, kind of. It depends what model. I don't know, that and the Mustangs from that era also were good.
70s? Oh yeah, they're a box. A nice looking car. You want to drive an old car though?
Yeah. I don't know, I just like the style of it. I don't know, something about it just speaks to me.
Mm. I could drive any vehicle.
The big thing about it is, you know, it's just that engine sound they make, you know, when you start them up.
Mm. See, my
I
ideal
mean,
vehicle
I
doesn't
guess
exist yet.
some sporty cars sound like that too.
See, my
But it's
issue
just
is
that engine sound is what speaks to me.
my issue
Cars
is
don't sound like that these days. Well, at least non-sporty ones. So
yeah. My issue is the kind of vehicle I want, my dream vehicle, doesn't exist quite yet.
doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist
I mean,
yet.
nothing that has came out is good enough.
No, because I don't want. I would like an electric vehicle. They're just, but just the ranges don't entice me enough, and you know, see, an F-250 is really big. I don't want to drive an F-250. I've never really driven an F-150 before, to be honest. Actually, I probably have at one point, but I really not that I can really remember. And see, I would want some. I like how nice and big and powerful an F-250 is. Just the things you can do with it. However, they're very impractical for a lot of things. They're kind of annoying. But the amount of space for activities and stuff, just my dad's bed of his truck, like imagine if that had a camper top, the amount of stuff you could fit in the back of that thing. You know, actually, you know what my ideal vehicle that doesn't exist, but I would like for it to exist.
What?
I would drive a Class C RV around.
I told you, if I had to get an RV, it'd be a Class B.
That's the van. I like the van, but
Yeah.
I want a...
Because it runs it. It's like a stealth mobile. Because it blends in as a van, and so people have no idea that you're sleeping in it. I mean, yes, they can tell by the size that it's probably an RV, but you don't have to, drive around just yelling out, "I'm in an RV."
No, I would definitely drive an all-electric, all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive, whatever.
I don't know if I'd go all-electric RV. The problem with all-electric is that, at least currently, I couldn't take a trip out to Mullen.
That's currently. But in the future, well...
In the future, well, yeah, it'd be nice.
An all-electric, four-wheel drive RV.
But I guess we've also discussed the problem is,
What problem? Oh, it's extremely impractical. That's the issue.
I'm trying to think of a solution to the problem.
So, what problem?
So, alternator charges the battery. What if you had two batteries, right? So you're driving the battery, right? As the battery wears down. Well, no, you couldn't have infinite power, though.
I thought we discussed this.
Yeah, never mind. I was thinking, you had the alternator. The alternator charges the battery as you're driving, so you're using power to drive, and then it also powers the alternator, which will power the car. How does the car run out of charge?
Alternators work in gas vehicles because gas vehicles are extremely inefficient. And that they have excess power.
We're not talking about gas, we're talking about an electric vehicle. I
will get to it. That is why an alternator works. Because an alternator, that you can just apply. Alternators work in gas vehicles because gas vehicles are just inefficient and they have excess power. On electric vehicles, that's stupid. Because because you have constant power. To have an alternator is a waste of electricity. You're adding resistance. That doesn't need to happen.
But it powers the charge.
No, it doesn't. It's not gonna make it less efficient than if you
No, right? So you have the battery, power the alternator.
Do I have to do the math to show you?
The charge, so you have to charge.
That's not how it works.
Why not?
I really hope you're joking because it's
right because it powers its own charger.
I don't need the
charger charges the battery.
Don't charge the battery. If you make the system more efficient, i.e. don't have an alternator that just adds unnecessary resistance.
Oh no, if you don't have an alternator, the battery can't get charged. The battery's naturally going to, decrease, because you're using the charge. The car.
It's like...
what if you throw an alternator in there so it can charge itself as it's going?
You know what that's like?
What?
That's like pouring water into a glass with a hole in it.
Okay, and? Keep going.
You're pouring water into it, but it's still going out.
No, you're pouring water into a glass with a hole that has a straw going back up to the pitcher.
That's stupid.
That's exactly what it is.
Phil, it doesn't work.
From a pitcher into a glass with a hole.
It doesn't work.
It has a straw up to the pitcher. So the water is filling up the glass at the same time it's filling up the straw to fill itself back up again.
It doesn't work.
Why not?
it would be better to make a more efficient vehicle. Therefore, you would have excess battery left over, excess charge left over after your trip to use for something else, rather than make the system completely inefficient by adding unnecessary resistance to recharge the battery, despite the fact that if you just got rid of that, you would have more excess power left over anyways.
No. Let's say you want to go. Let's say you have a range of 600 miles, and your trip is 800 miles. Right? You drive 600 miles, you're done. You're out. Okay, you use up all your power.
The alternator is only going to get you 400 miles.
If you had a charger that was charging your battery as you're driving, you could drive the 400 miles resistance. And still be at full charge.
Phil, here's your issue. The alternator, its resistance is determined by power output. I.e., how much power is the battery outputting? So, if the battery has to output more power to the motor because the alternator is requiring more power to recharge the battery, the motor isn't going to move, the alternator isn't going to move, and you're not going to go anywhere.
I beg to differ.
Because you're just adding resistance that doesn't need to be there.
I beg to differ.
What do you mean Bill, it's unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary and stupid. It doesn't work. It's like it doesn't work. It can't and won't work.
You're making it sound like this is some perpetual motion.
Yes! That's exactly what you're proposing!
No. This is not perpetual motion. So
yes, it is!
It's completely different. It's completely different.
My battery has 600... My car has 600 miles of range. But if I add an alternator... No! You're not going to go further. You're going to go the same distance. You're going to go less distance.
No.
Now, in a hybrid, this isn't actually a stupid idea. Because again, gas vehicles have excess power. And have a power curve.
You're just a hater.
In a gas vehicle, it works. You can use up your electric charge on the way there, then use the gas to recharge the batteries while you drive. Then, with whatever little charge is left, you can then continue on from there. I don't know, it doesn't get you a lot of charge, because again, the alternator increases you have too much draw on the alternator, then you're back to the same situation you are with the electric car. It's too much of a draw on the engine. That's why your air conditioner causes your gas mileage to decrease. Because the alternator...
It's so hot.
Huh?
It gets so hot.
I just rolled down
Actually, I wondered, Mythbusters tested this.
I don't need the Mythbusters. I've done it myself.
What?
I don't need the Mythbusters. I've done it myself.
Air conditioner on lowest setting versus windows down.
You still... Well, for one thing, you're going to sweat your balls off on the lowest setting of an air conditioner.
But I'm asking...
I don't know on the lowest setting because no one runs it on the lowest setting because you sweat your balls off.
Well, as soon as you're cooled down, you turn it down. You don't need it on
right, but most people's trips aren't long enough for that to even be an issue.
What do you mean? I'm cooled down within the first 2 minutes of sitting down. Once the car has cooled down and the 90-degree air has been circulated out, I'm good.
Yeah, but how close to home are you?
I told you, like 2 minutes, I'm good.
What?
All you have to do is filter out all the hot air, so then you're just down to the cooler air.
I've
and then you
never.
turn it down.
I just refuse to use it because I've done the tests. It doesn't work. It's terribly inefficient.
I think you're just one of those people that can never be satisfied by the temperature, and you'll end up leaving it on the whole time, and so then it is worse.
Yeah, if I'm gonna turn it, if I'm gonna be fidgeting with it all the time, I'll just roll down the windows.
Well, I'm just saying that Windows offsets your aerodynamics, and so that was my other point.
But it doesn't. But Phil, it doesn't matter. I've literally done that. The test is my experience, and my experience is never run the air conditioner. It's a bad idea. The only thing I like about an air conditioner is that I won't go deaf by the time I'm 60. But I would much rather save money right now than run the air conditioner unnecessarily.
I see.
I hate running it.
But the only I get it because I roll down the windows too. The only time I don't roll down the windows is when it's 90 degrees or warmer.
I don't care. I still don't care.
Because if it's 90 degrees or warmer, driving sub 45 is not enough to cool me down.
I straight up still don't care.
No, because if you're going 30 miles an hour, it's not
I know
enough
the
to
science,
cool the
but I don't care. I don't want to burn the gas. I don't have the money. I don't want to spend the money. I'm not turning on the air conditioner.
So you'll drive 25 miles an hour feeling the full heat?
Yep.
Right.
I did it this summer. I've done it every summer. I don't care. I don't want to run the air conditioner. It just burns way, way, way too much gas. Like it's
Maybe
just
you can do it per vehicle. Maybe yours is just terribly inefficient.
well, my old Ranger was the same way. My mom's car, I never really got to measure the efficiency with the air conditioner. But truth be told, I couldn't drive with the windows down in that thing because it had a terrible resonance in the driver's side window, and you'd just go deaf. It was awful. Absolutely.
Usually that's if you have like one window down.
Well, there's no... No, it was bad. You rolled down both windows, it was still bad.
All four?
Yes. Because the car just had a resonance there next to next to those windows. Part of the problem is I think you sit really low. And the windows are higher up. That's my issue with newer vehicles. They have the windows higher up, which I'm sure is a safety thing. But yeah, I can't rest my elbow because my elbow because my elbow has to be up. My elbow has to be up like this. So it forces you to and then the console is just in a weird spot as well. So it forces you to drive like this or like this. Or like this. Or like this. It's terrible. I hate. Her car sucked.
I wasn't looking.
So, my truck, I can drive like this. Or I can drive like this. And her vehicle, you couldn't drive like that. Because there's nowhere to put your arms. Because your elbow was up like this. Or the center console was just too low. You just couldn't do it.
My car's a 2015 and I don't have that problem.
Maybe it's because you're shorter or because it's not a Ford. I don't know. My mom's old car, I could not do it. It was just uncomfortable.
If anything, it'd make it more difficult if I was shorter. Because if I'm shorter, I have a shorter torso.
Not if you have your seat higher up.
That's what I'm saying. It's the car, not me.
Right. It's the car. You have, but see, here's the thing.
But
I have
can't-
to have the seat.
I can't raise
I-
the seat vertically.
Oh, I don't know. On my mom's car, you could. You could go up and down.
Oh, I can't raise the seat vertically. I can only raise the seat front and back.
Well, again, yours also is a completely different brand. So,
Yeah.
my mom's car, though, was so uncomfortable. I hated driving it for long distances.
That would be nice though, because I would prefer to sit a little higher up.
My dad's F-250. It you can drive like this in the F-250. You can't drive like this though. I can't drive with my right arm because again the console's not in the right spot.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
I can't drive with my right, which
I
I
have some
guarantee you.
arms that
I
are
guarantee you
long
it's
enough.
designed that way. It has to be designed that way.
My arm is also long enough to have my elbow resting on the console, while still being able to reach the wheel. At a
So was
reasonable
mine.
height.
They have it designed so you can't do it. I swear.
Well, probably.
They want you to
Probably
drive
quicker-
like
you
this.
probably have quicker reaction times if your elbow is ready to go rather than resting.
Well,
That's what
it's-
they always tell. That's what they tell you in baseball. You know, get your hands off your knees.
well, it's ass.
Look ready. Hands off the knees.
Thank God for self-driving cars because that is ass. So,
I think you still have to have your hands on the wheel, though. Right?
no. Tesla just requires you to
I thought
touch.
you had to be ready to take control at all times.
Well, yes.
And so, if your hands are on your lap, there's a split second delay before you decide to grab the wheel. Versus if you're already holding the wheel, you have that extra few seconds it took you to grab the wheel.
I don't care if there's a situation in which self-driving isn't gonna work. I'm gonna probably die anyways because you're not paying attention on self-driving.
Well, that's the thing. You should be.
Well, well, when you make it uncomfortable to freaking rest my hands on the steering wheel, I don't want to drive.
So why do you?
Huh?
So why do you?
What do you mean? That's why you get.
You said when it makes your hands uncomfortable, I don't want to drive anyways.
That's
Why
why
do you
you
drive?
get the self-driving package, so you don't have to drive. That's the
Why don't
whole
you get the
point.
self-driving
They
package?
make the vehicle uncomfortable. I guarantee you, Tesla, even now, A, it's a safety thing, and B, it convinces people to pay for the self-driving package, so they can make money off of it. It's a genius idea. Why cars in the mid-2000s that don't have that are still uncomfortable to drive? I have no idea.
I saw this video. I saw this short the other day. This guy went around, asking people, how they're able to afford a Tesla and why they picked the Tesla. And one of the people he went up to was a female millennial. He went up to her and he said, he had to. So why did you pick a Tesla to drive? Because I'm a woman and I need self-driving. I thought that was it was hilarious.
It's so
But
funny.
you can find it
It's so
particularly
funny that stereotype exists because the data says otherwise.
Does it really?
Yes, men are worse drivers because men are careless
That is true.
and much more
We are
likely.
more aggressive drivers.
Huh?
More aggressive drivers. Or assertive.
Well, that too.
Even on
Men
the
are more
passive driving,
aggressive.
You can go. Well, that's what causes accidents. Because no one goes, and then you both go, and then it's like, shit.
Yep. So it's so interesting that stereotype exists. It must be coming from people that don't pay insurance.
Is that true?
Yes, girls' insurance is cheaper than men's.
Of all
Yes. If I were a girl, my insurance would be cheaper.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Women are
Now
cheaper to insure.
That's kind of, I mean, I think it's the age thing, right? The age thing makes sense because eventually I'll reach the age where my insurance will be cheaper. But you're gonna permanently keep my insurance more expensive because of
Yes.
something I can't change? Well, I guess technically you can change it,
Yes.
but yes, you get my point.
Yes.
Mm.
Insurance for men is more expensive, especially teenagers. Especially male teenagers. You want to know what the most expensive insurance on the face of the planet is? 14-year-old technically, if when they can drive. 14-year-old boys. And actually, they can
Go
filter
back up when
down.
you're 70.
Huh?
Does it go back up when you're 70?
Goes back up when you're 50, I think.
50? Really?
Yes, because your reflexes are already that slow. Pretty sure it's 50. Either 50 or 60. I don't think 70 it's already on the uppity up. I'm pretty sure. Think it's at your lowest in your 40s. Anyways, one thing I do hate is that loans on new
Do
cars.
women pay more for car insurance?
No, they pay less.
According to this article,
Oh, who is it written by?
CNBC.
They ask the question: is that actually the answer? The women pay more. I've always been
No.
told men are more expensive.
It says women pay more on average. This is the title of the article. Women pay more on average. Women pay more on average than men for car insurance, despite getting into fewer accidents. Study finds.
Oh, so no, that's just sexism.
Women
That's-
pay 17% more than men.
Yeah, that's just sexism. That's not actually what it should be.
This is as of 2021.
Again, it's sexism. That's what that's studying. It's not studying because it literally says women get in less accidents. Therefore, their insurance should be cheaper. But
It says they
sexism.
pay more.
Because of sexism.
But my point, but it still is opposite of what you claim.
No, so here's what I think what I'm stating. Teenagers. So their dads are picking out the insurance typically. So their dads are like, hey, this insurance is too high. This is unnecessary fees, unnecessary this. And so they get the actual rate that a girl should actually have. But adult women, they're not having their dads pick it out. They're not having their spouses necessarily. And some of them just don't know about cars. And so
This
they
is
get
between the ages
insurances
of
that are
over
more
25.
expensive than they should be. But
This is
my point is that
everyone-
women are better
hello,
drivers.
hello. This is not teens. Everyone in this study was over 25, mainly between 40 and 60.
Yes, I literally just explained it.
You said their dads are picking it out.
Yes, I was just explaining it. That in teenagers, women are cheaper because their dads are picking it out. Because their dads know if they're getting ripped off.
Well, you didn't say that. You made it.
No, I just said it now. I was
No, I
explaining
know
the
you said it
data.
now. No, you said it now. But earlier, you're making it sound like women across the board of all
Well,
ages.
because it should be. Because literally the title says women get in less accidents. Therefore, their
Yeah.
insurance should be cheaper. But because of sexism, it's not. It's the same with the.
Yeah.
This isn't actually
Okay,
a
so we're on
gender
the
pay
same
gap
page.
And
So we're
this
on the
doesn't
same
come
page.
down. And this isn't like the gender pay gap difference where, yes, in certain fields, in certain situations, yes, women are getting paid less for the same work. If not, they're doing better work and getting paid less. But yes, there are situations where that exists. But on
It
average,
also
women.
says there are only 7 Only 7 states currently have bans on considering gender as a rating factor when it comes to car insurance. 7 states are California, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Michigan, Montana, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania.
Montana. Of all those states, I wouldn't have guessed Montana. But it makes sense in California. But maybe in Montana, there just aren't enough women that drive by themselves that it matters. There's just not enough people. But no, to see, because it has to be teenagers. Then this is where I've heard the statistics. It has to be teenagers then, because that would I assume that what we're seeing there has to be of sexism. That these insurance companies are taking advantage of these women who, despite the fact have better driving records, don't know about cars. That's just evil and not right. If you have a good driving record, you shouldn't pay more than some guy. So therefore, there is that, or there's something else there. Something else.
This article seems to say the complete opposite.
What?
This article breaks down it into bar graphs, and it shows men paying more. Now I don't know.
And who did that article?
Value Penguin.
I wouldn't.
You trust Value Penguin?
I would no.
They gave graphs and data. I don't know.
I would personally just I would just look up a Google Scholarly article. What the fuck? Car insurance, gender. Value Penguin. Forbes. Forbes. I trust Forbes. Alright, let's take a look here. So, at age 16, a male driver will pay more.
Yeah.
At every single data point, looks like men pay more. Interesting that what? This is weird. At age 20, what the heck? This data doesn't make any sense. According to this data on Forbes, 20-year-olds... Oh, no, sorry. They're paying $3,000. Never mind. Yeah, 16-year-olds, $6,000. Oh. 3,000, 18. That's the cheapest. Yeah, your cheapest is weird. At 50, it goes down to 512. But then 55, it goes... Oh, no, 467. Yeah, 454. Your cheapest is at 60. And then it goes...
60?
Yeah, then it goes back up after that. Yeah. Oh, you're looking at this Forbes one where it says the prohibitive gender pricing factor in California, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania.
That was CNBC I was looking at.
Oh, well, this also says it on Forbes.
Well, that's good. You get the same information on more than one website. That should be true.
Yeah, but their data doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
But, like, any schmuck can go look up a law, so. Anyways, well, I don't know how we got on to any of this. I didn't get into what I wanted to discuss.
Should we think about it?
I didn't get into what I wanted to discuss today, but whatever.
What did you want to discuss?
I wanted to talk about what we were supposed to be doing Friday. Well, maybe we did get into that. I don't know. I guess I did want to talk about this real engineering video in which he goes to these people who are working on a different type of fusion reactor than what the rest of the world's working on. And actually, it's very compelling and would actually work. It won't have dangerous radioactive waste.
Mm.
But I can just tell you after the podcast. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New TGIF Talks every single Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Next week will be the last podcast of the year. And then it'll be 2023, which will barely be recorded in 2023. It'll be like they're recording the second day. Anyways, good night.